Okay, so this lesson we talked about how to graph equations using a four-coordinate grid. So equations like this that have an x and a y in them. And what did we do when we graphed these things? What did we make to help us graph it? Really?
A lot.
Well, that's at the end. What do you have to make first? A table, right? Because you got to get some points. So let's say before I move on to these lines, let's say I was asked to graph this. What values would you choose for x, y, or sorry, which values would you choose for x? And if x is 0, and you plug it in, what does y work out to be? 3. Because 2 times 0 is 0, plus 3 is 3. What if you plug 1 in? What does y work out to be? 5. Plug 2 in, 7. You can always see a pattern there too. And then we would plot those points, right? And then do what after that? Draw a line through them. Good. Now, all the lines that we've done so far, that we've graphed in this lesson and in previous lessons, have been slanted lines. But those aren't the only type of lines. There's 2 other types of lines. Let's call this horizontal line, right? And this vertical line, okay? So let's look at the horizontal line. Tell me a point that's on this line. Anyone you want. 1, 3. Negative 1, 3. Doesn't it have to be up here? Like okay, here, yes. What's this point? 1, 4. What's this point? 0, 4. What's this point? 2, 4. What's this point? Negative 1, 4. So we've got negative 1, 4. We've got 0, 4. We've got 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4. We keep going. What do you notice?
They all have 4s.
Yes, the y coordinate is always 4. Any point that you pick, the y coordinate is always 4. Therefore, agent of this line is 4. Notice it doesn't have an x in it. It's just an equation that has a y in it. So anytime we have a horizontal line, find the y coordinate, and that's the name of the equation. So this is y equals 4. What would this one be? What would that one be? What's the equation? Y equals negative 2. You pick point on it. Okay? So all you have to do is find the y coordinate, and that's the name of the equation. If we look
at the vertical line. Give me a point on the vertical line.
-2, 1.
Sure.
Give me another one.
-4.
-4 is way out here.
Oh,
-2, 3. Give me one more. -2, -4. Lucy, you were going to say? -2, -1. There's a whole bunch. Okay? So when we do those ones, we've got -2, 1, we've got -2, 3, we've got -2, -4. What do you notice about this?
they all have -2 in it as the x-axis.
Not the x-axis, as the x-coordinate.
Coordinate.
Yes. The x-coordinate is always -2. Therefore, the equation, this line, is x equals -2.
Notice this equation doesn't have a y in it. Yeah. Yeah. So any horizontal line, the equation has y equals.
Any vertical line, the equation has x equals. So this equation would be called x equals -2. What would I call this equation?
X equals, 7, 8.
8. Works out to 8.
Okay? So any equation that has an x and y in it will be a slanted line. Any equation that has just a y will be horizontal. Any equation that has just x will be vertical.
So let's go the other way. Let me give you the equation.
And you decide how to graph it.
Is this vertical or horizontal?
Horizontal.
No.
Upward.
If it's x equals, it's vertical.
Think of it as the opposite to its axis. Right? X equals is opposite the x-axis, which is the y.
Which means it's vertical. So it's a vertical line through x equals -4. So all you have to do
Is find one point on the grid where x is -4. Give me a point where x is -4.
-4, 2. -4, 2, and it's a vertical line, right? So that is the equation x equals -4. This is A. What do you think you have to do first to this?
You have to solve it, so it's the
Well, you not really solve it. You have to get y by itself. That's it, like what you're solving for y. So yeah. So you get y equals -6. Horizontal or vertical?
horizontal.
Horizontal. through.
Y equals -6. Give me a point where the y coordinate is -6.
4, -6,
1, -6.
4,
4, -6, sure. 4, 4, 6 down here. And remember, it's horizontal. So it has to go like that. So that's B. What to do to C? Yeah, I'm gonna solve for x or divide by 2. And I get x equals 5 over 2, which is the same thing as 2.5. I know we haven't graphed many decimal coordinates, but 2.5 is pretty easy. Vertical or horizontal? Vertical. Gotta remember the difference between these two. Vertical line through x equals 2.5. So all you have to do is find a point where the first number is 2.5. Give me one.
2.5,
2.5, 2. And we know it's vertical, so it's going to look like that. And that's C. Okay. So before, you don't have to write these down. I'm going to write an equation. You're going to tell me whether it's horizontal, vertical, or slanted. Okay?
horizontal. Vertical.
Okay.
Horizontal.
Okay, just remember that. And the slanted ones, we have a way of doing it. And the vertical and horizontal, we have a way of doing it. So before I let you loose on the rest of it, I want you guys to graph a few lines. So use the boards here, because these have grid lines. Parallel. Yeah. Want to make sure you guys got